Welcome friends, this is the part of Panasonic Robot training how to use the Teach-Pendent. This is the part 20. Here we discuss tool compensation. It is a function to calculate deformation value of the tool and correct the taught program to compensate for the deformation of the tool if occurred. The correction amount is unique to each tool offset. If the tool compensation is applied to a tool offset, such tool compensation or correction amount is applied to all programs that use the same tool number. Once the tool offset value is changed, the applied tool compensation is cancelled. The indicated value of the tool offset of the compensated tool does not include the correction amount. Therefore, the indication is different from the actual value of the tool offset of the compensated tool. In edit operation, the robot moves to the compensated dot points, that is, the same moments and angles as in the actual operation. You can see the tool compensation procedure in this image. Dot point after deformation. This arrow shows deformation. This is the dot point. Note, depending on the degree of deformation, the tool compensation may not work or may not be compensated within your tolerance. Make sure to check robot movements of the related programs in trace operation after the application of tool compensation. Next is settings. First, from the list of options, select compensation of tool and click OK. Second, on the on-screen message box, click OK. Move the cursor to the dot point robot variable to be used as criteria point for tool compensation. Press enter key and then operate either one of the following methods. A. Teach point method. Open the program for tool compensation and then start the settings with manual operation. Teach the criteria point and then press enter key. B. Robot variable method. With manual operation, teach the dot point of the robot variable and then press enter key in both A and B methods. Calculate the correction amount for tool compensation from the difference between the current robot orientation of the point and the robot orientation of the point before deformation. Third, click OK on the confirmation screen and end of the operation screen to complete the operation. Note, in case tool compensation fails, either repeat the setting procedure from the beginning or change the criteria point. Next is confirmation of tool compensation. You can confirm the completion of tool compensation on the screen by checking compensated tool indicated below the tool name entry box. See the figure on the right. Click Set Robot Tool Offset. Global variable setting for TCP adjustment. It is an operation to register tool position data to a global variable in order to calculate the tool offset value. Refer to section 10.4 TCP tool center point adjustment on page 113. Next is torch positioning function. Note, this function is available only when TM manipulators are used. It is a function to perform tool positioning using the predetermined reference point of the manipulator. Preparation. First, specify the tool offset value of the tool for positioning. See section 10.2 tool offset settings for details. Make sure to clear the tool compensation if set. See section 6.11 tool compensation for details. Second, refer to the figure on the right and set the block for positioning to the manipulator. Note, depending on the shift amount before adjustment, the block for the positioning may collide with the tool at the arrival at the reference point. Check whether they collide with each other or not in trace operation and adjust the torch fixing position if they do. For details of the torch fixing position adjustment procedure, please refer to section Positioning Welding Torch in the operating instructions of the applied torch. You can see this diagram, block for positioning. Location of the block for positioning for TM1100 and TM1400, see the above figure. For other manipulator types, see the operating instructions of the applied manipulator. Next is operation. First, specify the tool for positioning and click OK. Then a program for tool positioning is automatically created. Second, move the robot to P1 position of the automatically created tool positioning program in trace operation. P1 is the ready point of the tool positioning operation. Third, then in trace operation, move the robot to P2 with caution not to collide with the block. P2 is the positioning point. Note, if the tool collides with the block on the way to P2. Adjust the torch fixing position. Fourth, at P2, turn off the servo power and adjust the torch fixing position so that the TCP matches with the reference point of the block for positioning. Move the robot to P1, close the file. 7th, remove the block for positioning. Torch positioning function. You can see in this image. Now note, in case it is not possible to move the robot to the reference point, use the TCP adjustment function to newly set the correct tool offset. If there is no mechanism with only robot, the warning message shown on the right is displayed. Register a mechanism with only robot by using a mechanism not in use. The name of the automatically created program file is torch positioning function. If the same file name already exists, the message asking whether to overwrite or not is displayed. Click OK to overwrite if you do not want to overwrite the existing file. Click cancel and change the file name of the existing file. So friends, here we end this part 20 of Panasonic robot training how to use the Teach-Pendent. Further information we will discuss in our next video.